Happening today on Capitol Hill, Democratic Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who wants to be president, will testify before Congress about his state's sanctuary laws protecting illegal immigrants. And in Chicago this week, thousands of anti-ICE protesters, you're looking at the video, hit the streets, and police made multiple arrests.
To anyone who intends to come take away the freedom and opportunity and dignity of Illinoisans, I would remind you that a happy warrior is still a warrior. You come for my people, you come through me.
It doesn't matter if you're from Honduras or Haiti. As I've said before, from the south side to the west side, we want all of our people to be free.
He went on to call ICE raids a sign of the Confederacy. That's the irresponsible mayor of Chicago. So how do the current laws make things harder for local law enforcement? Here to discuss from Kankakee County, Illinois, is Sheriff Mike Downey. Sheriff, are you guys a sanctuary state? What does that mean for your day-to-day activities, if so?
Well, good morning, Brian. As far as a sanctuary state, we are officially, I don't believe, a sanctuary state, but with legislation that they've passed and their philosophy on ICE detainees and those wanted by ICE, I would consider us a sanctuary.
Do you look at, and by the way, let's take a look at some of the convicts that have been picked up in Illinois. You got one previously convicted of attempted murder. Guatemala, convicted of domestic battery and criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon. Over to Mexico, we found a guy convicted of a felony aggravated battery and peace officer, DUI, misdemeanor assault. Is everyone happy? You going to go protect him, Governor Pritzker? What about the one convicted for assault with a deadly weapon, possession of meth, and leaving the scene of an accident? I'll give you another. Another one was convicted of aggravated criminal assault and abuse of a child under 7. These are the types of people that ICE is picking up. That's making your state safer. What is the problem with your mayor and governor?
Well, as law enforcement in the state of Illinois, it's difficult for us to comprehend why anyone, especially an elected official who represents the people, why they wouldn't want these individuals locked up. That's probably the most frustrating part that we deal with in Illinois. We would want to lock up those who are here legally if they did that. So yep. What is the holdup of dealing with these criminals who break our laws, serious offenses, and we don't want to arrest them. We don't want to conduct raids on them. We would do this if they were U.S. citizens, residents of Illinois, here legally. So I don't know why they don't do it with those who are here illegally, but that's right now, that's Illinois, unfortunately.
So, Sheriff, do you know that your sanctuary state, in terms of money, $2.5 billion on migrant care by the end of 2025? $2.5 billion. And let me ask you, for you personally, what is it like for you in law enforcement and a leader to know that you can't cooperate with ICE, who you know are doing yeoman's work on a daily basis? How does that affect you?
Well, for us, having worked with ICE for a number of years, we have a number of individuals who I still consider really good friends. They are brothers and sisters in law enforcement. They are no different than the FBI or the ATF or DEA. They are federal law enforcement officials. And for the governor of New York, for the governor of Illinois to allow police to be treated like this, that's the real crime here. It's shameful that allow law enforcement, whether it's local law enforcement, whether it's ICE agents. It is shameful, and that is the real crime here.
Sheriff, we appreciate what you do on a daily basis and overcoming politics while doing it. Thanks so much for your time and what you do.
Thank you, Brian.
You got it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.